And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and I am back with another video. We're going to be talking about NBA 2K21 My Team Season 6, which is right around the corner. I think, let me check, 3 days? Yeah, about 3.5 days until Friday. Season 6 is going to be interesting. I will talk about some of the leaks, or teases would be more accurate, that we're going to see throughout the week and that we've seen already. So if you guys are still on the hunt for David Robinson, you still got time. 3 days. Like, they're going to be dropping like a lot of helpful XP challenges over the course of the next few days. That's kind of one of those things that they do on a pretty consistent basis, so kind of interesting to see exactly what they're going to be doing. We got a couple challenges here. We got like the Galaxy Opal ones they just dropped, and they dropped the hero group. I didn't talk about that the other day. Speaking of the heroes, if you don't have a lot of the hero cards, probably a good idea to just grind and try to get as many of them as possible. They're all going to be really helpful when it comes to like spotlight sims or any type of team-based challenges that 2K is going to put in front of us, which personally I believe are going to be pretty heavily featured in Season 6, at least for XP purposes. So getting some of those cards is not a bad idea. Like, Manu's not great. Like, Jared Allen's okay. Collins decent. Hero's actually pretty good. I like Tyler Hero, and I don't like Tyler Hero like at all in real life. So De'Aaron Fox is fun. Like, Ben Wallace is cool. D'Angelo Russell, Clyde Drexler is awesome. Even like Gervin's fine. Taco Fall, like, whatever. That doesn't really matter. Donovan Mitchell, Ray Allen, all good. When it comes to XP though, like, as far as like Galaxy Opal rewards, like, if you aren't at the point where you have like 3,000 tokens and you can afford to just kind of drop 750 tokens on one of these guys, look, these guys are still usable, right? They're still okay, but we are getting new token market players on Friday, like right off the rip. Like, that's like one of the first things we're getting. It's not even like speculation, like, that's how it goes. We're probably getting like a couple Galaxy Opal guys, maybe 1-2 pink diamonds at the absolute max, maybe a diamond, possibly an amethyst. I doubt we get any emerald, sapphire, rubies, though. I would be hyped if they did. It just kind of depends. I mean, it's hard to really tell. As far as the token market, I'm not even trying to speculate on the token market, though I will say this makes the most sense out of any time to introduce the token market, and that's just because we have all these new players coming in. And look, the realistic sense is 2K is all about selling packs and microtransactions. I mean, not even saying it in a rude way, but it is how it is, right? You know, it's a business model. It's how they do it, whatever. Introducing pack mechanics to people who just pick the game up that they can play around with without spending actual money that may encourage them to do so, they're going to do it. And that actually makes a lot of sense. So 2K will probably open the token market in the relatively near future with like Season 1, Season 2 packs. Is it going to be on Friday? I honestly don't know. I truly gave up trying to speculate when that's going to happen. And for newer players, it's great if they do that, because A, it gives them like a chance to get like some, not good cards by any means, but at least like give them a little boost to their starting lineup, give them a couple cards to play around with that they might like. That, and it'll placate a lot of the more no money spent guys, because they'll get to use all their tokens there. And for newer players, like, the realistic sense is like, if I just grabbed this game 2 weeks ago on Game Pass, like, by the time I get to these Opal guys, they're not going to be really usable anymore at that point, you know? Because like, if I just got this game 2 weeks ago, like, unless I am like grinding to my eyes bleed, by the time I get 750 tokens and get through all of these to the point where I'm even unlocked on this, like, these cards are going to be way blown out of proportion, you know? They're even starting to get a little outdated now, and they're still good. Like, Rick Barry, Gary Payton, Bill Russell, all still very usable. Moses Malone's still a great big man, but, you know, you can kind of see the writing on the wall for some of those guys. And I think we're going to get a couple Galaxy Opals, possibly even a Dark Matter, which I kind of hope we don't, and that's just because I don't have 3,000 tokens lying around, and I won't be able to unlock them, and I'll be sad. But at the same time, the Opal guys we're going to get are still going to be really, really good. Probably 30 or so Hoff badges, 20-something golds. It's kind of the standard they've set at this point. Now, Triple Threat. If you guys are not aware, Don Ole got added back in addition to Kermit Washington still being there. So, if you want to go for a last chance to get one of those two cards, they're still very good. So, go for it. I've been playing all day. Haven't seen either of them. I think because I got Dissinger, there's just no chance I'm going to get either of these guys, so whatever. I'm close to Peja, so I'm going to go up and get them just so I'm at level with what we're going to get next time. Is it going to be great? I don't know. Peja was relatively good, but the rest of them were not good. Like, Doug West was bad. Finley was mediocre at best. Like, Oladipo was pretty good for his time, and JaVale was bad. So it's tough to really say. I don't know. If you want a team that works really well and doesn't cost you a lot, like, I use this team, Cole Anthony, Daquan Cook, and free Emerald Shaq. You can cruise through most games, even on the higher difficulties with them, just because you're going to face lower overall teams. And, like, Daquan Cook is, like, an amethyst disguised as an emerald. He's, like, that good. And Cole Anthony is still offensively pretty solid. The matchups you get with this squad is pretty solid. So that's all I'm going to really say there. I think we do get domination this season. Like, I'm not even kidding. I truly believe we get domination. Why did I even say I'm not kidding? It doesn't matter. Of course you know I'm not kidding. But domination, I don't think we get another Spotlight Sim. It just doesn't make sense from 2K's perspective to give us another Spotlight Sim this quick, being that the grind was so huge for it. It makes more sense that they'll throw another domination ring up here, whether that be like playoffs or like moments domination, like who knows, but the rewards for domination have been fine. Like, George Mikan was one of the best centers at the time. Antoine Jameson is still really good and used by a lot of people. Even Rolando was very good at the time. Van Exel was trash, but that's how it always is for the Amethyst reward. If you're going for the overall reward, you know, the 99 stars on everything, you're going to have to get, in addition to Historic and Domination done, you're going to have to get all the current Evo guys Evo'd. That's going to be a nightmare. I'm not really looking forward to that, but it is a reality that I've kind of just been thinking about for a while, and I still haven't even started to do it. So that is going to be rough. I don't think you're going to be needing to do all that to play the next Domination, though, so I wouldn't really worry about it right now. I would just consciously start to get that done over time, maybe playing TTO or something like that, try to get some of those guys up there. Now, challenges, I mean, if you want some of the free packs, do some of the weekly stuff. I mean, as far as like the free cards, if you haven't gotten them done, like maybe I would go get Timothy just because an all-time Nets roster is kind of weak. And you wanted to spend an EMT on him. It's just a nice card to have off the bench if you need him. As far as if you're like an all-time Nets team that you might need to use. Germany, like Theist, it's a Celtic guy. There's so many Celtics, it's not really necessary. Calderon's actually pretty fun. Could be helpful for like, you know, lower overall cheesing or something in the future, so maybe not a terrible card to go grab. And then these free packs, if you want to go get them. Free packs are free packs, you know. Probably will get like a bronze Drew Eubanks out of them and like a JB Bickerstaff, but whatever, there's a chance. I don't think Spotlight Sims go away, so I wouldn't rush to go do them, though I would say I think that we are going to get some XP challenges this upcoming season that have to do with the Spotlight rewards. So we'll see XP challenges for like all of these guys that you might need to go get done for extra XP, including like John Wall, Brandon Roy, Wes Unseld, just to encourage people to go back and play it and generate revenue for like new cards and stuff. We're getting a new Ascension reward. I don't even want to speculate on what it could be, but I think we are going to see like Bob Love, Bob Lanier. Like I could see like Bob Lanier on board 1, and I could see like Bob Love and Connie Hawkins on board 2, and then maybe like Bill Walton and whatever the new reward is on board 3. I think that's something they will do. Whether that's going to be season 6 on Friday, I don't know. But I think we get a chance at those old Ascension rewards relatively soon. The exchange is coming too. I don't really hype the exchange as much as I used to, and I think that's because this season, granted, it was kind of terrible with the original owner stuff. At least they put him on TTO. It was pretty good. Like Fournier was really good. Wait, why do I have a shoe in Fournier? I don't remember. Schroeder's not great. Ricky Rubio's not great, but they're okay. Like Steven Adams is very useful for Thunder-based challenges, but that's about it. We could see a Dark Matter exchange, and in that case, you're going to need opals to do so. That's just, it's going to have to happen. So I've been saving some TTO opals, a bunch of pink diamonds and stuff just in case, bunch of amethyst, all gem types I've been saving in here in case I needed them. So if you want to do that, Triple Threat Online now has 2 opals up at the top, Fred Brown and Haywood. Neither of them are really great on their own terms. Like Haywood's pretty solid, Fred Brown's like very mediocre, but if you want to stack some opals, you know, play some TTO. Most of the sweats should be gone since the Shaq promo has ended, which thankfully, because that was an absolute nightmare. Limited and unlimited, I mean, we're going to get a new card for unlimited. Probably be a dark matter. It'll probably be very good. Some dude's going to stay up for 62 hours straight and get it before you. So take your time. That's all I got to say about that. Limited, it'll be a card that comes out. It'll look really good, but we won't know the actual stats and SIGs because 2K won't release them till the end of the year when they boost up the card because they don't really know where they're going power balancing wise. So just be prepared for that. I know it's stupid because you don't know if you want to lock in for them or not, but that's the reality of the situation. Is 2K is going to announce the card, but they're not going to announce anything about it because they truly have no idea, and they're just waiting till the end of the season to actually give it stats, saves, etc. So just be prepared for that. As far as packs we get on Friday, I mean, it could be a large promo, could be Flash. I truly don't know, so I'm not even going to try to speculate on that. The exchange is going to be interesting. That's all I'll really say. As far as tokens, like, I did want to talk about this because people are making a bunch of MT right now by selling a lot of the cards that lock in for tokens at a high price, and they're going to do that all week long. I don't think there's a lot of speculatory options here. Like, I don't think if you go and try to grab Luka for 60k, you're going to be able to sell him for much higher. Unless they throw like a point guard Giannis in there, and then everyone's feverishly trying to acquire tokens, which I just don't believe is going to be the case. Now, if you have looked, like, 2K announced Season 6, and said something about it being peculiar, which I'm guessing that means, if you guys know anything about the last 2 years of 2K and how they've been handling power balancing, they'll get to a point where they start to make cards a little too OP, and so they gotta, like, pump the brakes on it a little bit, which I think is what's happening with Dark Matters. Those cards, badge and stats-wise, are getting a little too OP, to the point where they're not gonna have anywhere to go in the future, as far as cards being that much better, except GOAT cards towards the end of the year. So I think what we're gonna see this season is a lot of cards that are very similar stats and badges wise, maybe like a couple additional badges here and there. We see them, instead of a Dark Matter card having 41 badges, maybe they have like 43. But at the end of the day, I think that they're going to be very similar. But what I think we're going to start to see is out of position guys playing weird positions, a lot more glitched cards. Like, that's the type of stuff we're going to see here pretty soon. So we're going to see like out of position glitch guys. Like, I don't think we're at the point where we're seeing shooting guard Porzingis and like weird stuff like that, but I think maybe we do see like a Ben Simmons with like an above average 3. We see like a Giannis that plays point guard. We see like a point guard LeBron, stuff like that. Like, that's the stuff we're going to start to see here. Maybe like the occasional center that can play small forward or something like that, like a Hakeem or maybe like a Kareem. Something like that, and we're going to see a lot of that this season. Draymond Green playing point guard would be a good example. I'm almost confident we're going to get that at some point. It's just a matter of when, because it just makes too much sense. Maybe like a Dennis Rodman that plays like shooting guard. I don't know. Like, who knows? We just truly have no idea what we're going to get from 2K. A point guard Scottie Pippen is another thing we could see. A Magic Johnson that can play center. Weird stuff like that. And then we're also probably going to see another double take set. I'm almost convinced that's going to happen. Just the usage of the word peculiar, like, as a highlighted standout thing, obviously means we're getting some like weird type of stuff that we haven't gotten before. I would welcome another double take pack. I would personally like them to use the player model from the photos. That would be hilarious, personally. Like, if I saw like a kind of overweight, out of shape, like Sean Kemp booming on people, shooting threes, that would be great. Though I wouldn't like that if they did my man T-Mac like that with his like 37-year-old self in the Spurs, so I'm wishy-washy on it. I'm not sure. Who could we see in double take 2? Wizards Michael Jordan. Honestly, would make a lot of sense. Like, I don't know if I necessarily like really want that to happen, but who knows? Cavaliers, Isaiah Thomas, like weird stuff like that. I guess not weird, just double takey stuff like that is probably what we'll see. I think they've shown that this year they have no problem doing double promos. Like, I honestly did not think we were going to see a second Pantheon, so they totally shocked me on that one. Retro, I thought we were going to see a variation of those. But yeah, double take, that was kind of what I thought. And then they've also showed a willingness to throw additional cards out here, like possessed extras, like extra international cards, which I thought was cool. Is Detlef? He's by it now. Cool. Yeah, I don't want him. So, who knows? Like, who knows? We're going to see moments still trickle in here and there, so I don't know when they're going to do it. I really thought they were going to do a moment super pack. They're definitely doing a Season 5 super pack, though. Like, that's for sure. So we're going to see all these guys. Like, do I think Kevin Garnett and Derrick Rose and Michael Jordan and Zion go down too much in price? Not really. Like, I really don't think they're going to go down that much, if I'm being honest. Like, maybe if Kevin Garnett's put back in a super pack, like, he goes down by, instead of going for 400, 450, maybe he goes for 350, 375. At the absolute lowest. Like, more than likely he's just going to hover around 400,000, get decreased by like 25k, because a couple more will get added to the market. I don't think a lot of cards will take a massive hit, personally, aside from, like, you know, your Wiggins and below guys, like your Pink Diamond and below. That's who's going to take the massive hit, just because the packs typically just don't hit that hard at this point in the year. So you're going to start to see guys that are Pink Diamond and below lowered in price significantly, like Russell Westbrook's out here for like 2,500 MT, stuff like that. But I don't think we see any of the big guys dropping. Like, maybe we see like Hedo Turkoglu, who comes out of packs pretty heavily, him and like Iguodala and stuff like that. Like, pretty bang average opals, like those guys will drop more, in my opinion, or they'll just get put up more. So that's where you'll see a market crash to a certain extent. I still don't think it's very much. But when it comes to the current guys, like, this is probably how I would try to get a little bit of tokens. Like, you can already see some of these cards going up in value, though. Like, 10,000 for an Avery Bradley. People are starting to buy up these cards and lock in the tokens now in preparation. Now, that's, like, something I figured was going to happen for a while. Honestly, if you're going to lock in for tokens, I would just wait till Friday when we get the packs, because all these cards are going to be stupidly cheap. If you try to lock in for tokens before Friday, they're going to be expensive. You're going to be paying a premium. If you just wait for Friday, like, these cards will be really cheap because everyone's going to rip open packs and then just get like 1,000 silver Denny of EGs. I don't think I said that right. It doesn't matter. And that's when you're going to be able to get much more of a deal. Now, if you can like lock in a set and it only costs you like 2.5k, like, that's fine. Like, it's not really that big of a deal at that point. Like, if it's that cheap, like, it's pretty solid. But for the most part, I would just wait till Friday when everything's like legitimately 50% cheaper as far as like the current cards. 20 current cards, like, if you don't have these sets locked in, it's still going to cost you a bunch of MT. Like, it's just not the case. Also, they're only 10 tokens. It's not really that big of a deal. So I don't think it's really worth it. If you had 6k to spend and you went to try to lock in this OKC set for 10 tokens, you're better off to try to spend 10k to lock in 2 sets of the 21 current for 25 tokens, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking straight up non-facts. But it's going to be interesting to see what we get on Season 6. I will have more content this week, probably do a pack opening if I do super packs. I'm going to stream, maybe not 2K, maybe I stream Hunt Showdown or Empire of Sin or something. Who knows? I know somebody's going to be mad and tell me just to stick to 2K. That's fine. I might. I don't know. But I'm going to do a prediction video on Thursday and try to predict what we're going to get on Friday. So watch that and watch me like massively fail in trying to predict what comes on Friday and get like maybe 1 out of 47 predictions right. That's always fun. So as always, it's been your boy Cheap Ludes. Check out my description for all my stuff. Like I said, check back this week. I'll be dropping a bunch of videos, especially Thursday and Wednesday. Definitely Friday I'll have a bunch of content, so definitely check that out. As always, thank you for watching my videos, and I try to do my best, so I will be back with some more stuff this week. I'm going to stream too, like I said, so check me out.